Welcome back, friends. Hope you're having a good morning so far. It's time for your Smart Money Minute with our friend Andy Mattingly from Forum Credit Union. Today, Andy's teaching us the best ways to help kids to become financially literate now so they can grow into successful adults. Andy, welcome back as always.
Great to be here.
Good to have you on the show.
Yes. Andy, let's talk about the basic accounts. Maybe what everyone should hope to have established.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes parents want to wait on these things, but there's 3 accounts that are like basic you should get as soon as they can. So one is a savings account, you know, right when they're first born, because they're going to start getting money and you want to have a savings account in their name. Also the 529 plan, which I know we talked about last week. Yeah. You want to start that in. Technically, it is the kid's account, even though you're using it to put money in it. Right. You're the beneficiary.
I just got an email yesterday about the 529. The tax credit is going up. Is that correct for Indiana?
That could be. I hadn't read that yet, so you caught me off guard there.
Sorry. You're my expert. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it will be if you read that. And then the other thing is to make sure your kids have a debit card with the checking account, right? Because they get money, they're going to want to spend it. So those are kind of the basic accounts. And then remember, whatever time you give your kid a phone, make sure you get the financial institution's app on there because they're going to want to see their money. So parents sometimes forget about that, but teach them how to use that.
Okay, so savings, checking, 529, and the app.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, speaking of apps, so let's talk about Venmo, Apple Cash, Cash App. How do those factor into kids' financial experience?
Those are kind of important. I think parents want to pull away from those, but those are kind of important, and all of them have different ages that they can do it at. But that's how they're going to get paid by if they start doing babysitting, dog sitting, things like that. That's how, you know, adults want to pay them because they don't want to give them a check anymore. Kids don't know what to do with it. So you need to work through that, help them understand how to use it, you know, different things. And if they're gamers, they're probably going to need some way to pay for those. So, you know, all of those are important. So you don't want to just exclude those until they go to college. You want to start getting them when you can, you know, at different ages.
Things have changed a lot since I was younger, and I had like a piggy bank.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Everything's different now.
Everything is digital now.
Better to get adapted to that early on. Let's talk about maybe some unique accounts that people could consider.
Yeah, parents don't think about this, but once kids start working and earn W-2 income, so like, you know, when you're dog sitting and stuff, no one turns that in, but once they have to actually file a tax return, a good thing to do is start opening up a Roth IRA for them, because it's a great way to start saving for their retirement, and it builds that habit. And I also suggest coupling with that an online brokerage account, because you can do the Roth through there, but then also let them start learning that they can earn more with their money by looking at that investment account and doing some of that. And then another great teaching point is, but the other thing they should set up is an emergency fund, right? So you teach all of that early, even before they're 18. A lot of us think, well, you don't need that till you're out on your own, but kids have emergencies too, right?
Sure.
And so start building that in, and that helps them when they grow as an adult.
This is so important because there aren't really classes that teach this, you know, junior high, high school, middle school, for kids to be able to stand on their own 2 feet sometimes as they grow up. Let's talk about loans and credit cards. How do those factor into this
so that's going to start when they're 18, but, you know, if you can, try to get a authorized user credit card, so like putting them on your account, but them being responsible for it as well, or maybe a deposit secured credit card, because you want to start building their you know, their credit score, because that's really important. And then once they have a job, maybe you do what a lot of institutions offer, credit builder loans. So that's another way to build their credit history. So when they get out and they want to buy that new car, they're going to get the best rate because they're going to have the best credit score. So you do all of those things. By the time they're 21, you have a child that has everything. They have investments, they have emergency funds, they have all those things going, so then you can just kind of walk away and don't have to do anything else with that.
This is great because, like, we only have a savings account and 529 set up for our kiddos, so I'm getting so much helpful information.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
we always say, I wish we would have learned how to do our taxes instead of calculus when I was younger.
I'm sure all of us would raise our hand and say none of us had these accounts by the time we were 21.
No, heck no.
Some of us maybe not by the time we were 27.
Yeah.
So.
It's great. Well, you can go to forumcu.com to connect with Andy and his team there. Give that number on the screen a call as well. Follow him on social, too, at Forum Talk on Twitter or Forum Credit Union on YouTube. Andy, thanks so much as always.
Andy.
Thank you for having me.
Great advice.